feet in that position. We're going to start to move the arms. You're just going to reach out with your hands and reach up and bring your palms together. Now, I can't really see if my palms are in the shot, but I want you to have your fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling. Reach up. Now, turn your palms outwards, and as you push out, push the walls away from you. Really push out and open out the shoulder blades, and then lower your arms down. So once again, reach up with your fingertips, squeeze, purposely turn your palms outwards and reach out with your arms as if you're pushing out against the walls. Right, I'd like you to drop one arm. I want you to look towards the hand that you have, engage your tummy and continue to push that wall out as your ribs shift over to one side. And then lower the arms back down again. Lift your arms up, so you're reaching up, bringing your palms together. Reach, just lower the arms down to shoulder height. You're pushing out with the hands. You're going to lower the other arm, look towards that hand, and bring your ribs with you as you shift and push the wall away. Now keep the weight on the outside leg as well. And bring your arms back. Let's do that one more to either side. A little bit more speed this time. Reach out, push, lower and lean. Back to center, lower the arms down. Last one. Breathe in, reach up. Reach out. Lower that arm. Shift your ribs over and reach. And lower the arm back down to your side. Bring your arms up again. Bring your palms together. And reaching up with your fingertips, just draw your shoulders up, up, up. If you can't bring your hands together, keep them apart. But attempt to bring them up. Reach up. Let your shoulders drop and turn your palms outwards and lower your arms down. Okay, now we're going to add a little knee bend. So starting off with the knees slightly bent. Breathe in. As you straighten your legs, lift your arms up. Bring your palms together. As you lower your arms, bend your knees. Let's give a bit of a rhythm going. Breathing in, push yourself up to your full height. Reach. Breathing out, bend the knees. Breathing in, push yourself up to your full height. Breathing and lower yourself back down. Okay, we're going to go into a bit of a side bend, so we're going to bring the arms up. You're going to lower one arm to your side and reach up with the other arm. Now keep reaching up with that arm and keep reaching down with the other arm as you take yourself into a little side bend. Bring yourself back and bring both arms up to the ceiling. Other side. Reach down with one arm, up with the other as you open that chest wall. And back. And bring both arms up. We're going to add a breath in that top position. So lower the arm down, reach up and reach down. It's a very small movement. You know, you're not collapsing over to the side. You're almost lengthening. You should visualize your spine lengthening, gaps coming between those vertebrae. And I want you to breathe into your rib cage on the outside. Breathe out. Engage your tummy. Draw up through the tummy. And again, breathe in, reach. Breathe out. And bring the arms back up again. Other side. Reach. Lengthen. You're going nowhere. You're not collapsing. You're opening this side. You're opening the vertebra on that side. You're breathing in. And breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out, and lowering the arms down this time. Soften your knees. So your knees bent. Do a roll down with your knees bent. Just scoop up the tummy and roll halfway down. And then roll back up again, keeping your knees bent. Roll up and straighten your knees again. weight to travel forward. You're still tucking your tail underneath you. Roll back up. Use the tummy. Keep the tail pushing forward. Straighten your knees at the top. Bring your head up. Now, you're going to roll the whole way down. We've still got our knees bent. Roll down. Have your knees as bent as you wish. They can be as soft as you like. And I'd like you to bring your hands onto the floor, either your fingertips or if you can do it, your palms. Let your weight travel forward and straighten both legs. Push up into the backs of your legs. Now bend your knees, and if your knees are okay, I want you to drop your hips as low as you can bring them. Really low. Reach your arms forward. Don't lose your balance. And push. And straighten your legs. Look at your inner thighs, guys, your inner shins. Don't lift your heads. And again, drop down. Let your tailbone drop as low as you dare. Might not be very low, but you can see, you can drop just a little bit lower than your knees if you can. And you've got to try and keep your toes on the ground at the same time. And once again, lift and straighten. And last one, lower. Okay, right, now from here, bring your hands down and lift your head, and with one movement I want you to stand up, all the way up. Beautiful. Okay, so just give everything a little bit of a wiggle, and we're going into a lunge position now. So I'm going to start with the leg closest to the screen and take that forward, and it's a small lunge. We did this yesterday, it's very little. Take the other leg back, so you're not in a huge, great lunge backwards. Other leg back. Heel of the back leg lifts, and you go down into a little knee bend. So this leg is absolutely rock solid, and so is this one. I'm going to really work that torso. Not tucking underneath you, but just keeping the pelvis in alignment. Okay, so holding that position, bring your arms forward. Drop your shoulders. Turning the palm closest to the screen, my palm closest to the screen upwards, I'm going to open the arm until it comes to the level of my shoulder and my ribs here are turning. My other arm is forward. And I'm going to bring it forward. Number one. We're going to do 4. Number 2, turning your head and neck. See if you can go a little further. And then bring it forward. Number 3, 3/4 of the way. Turn your ribs to take your arm round. And forward. Number 4, the arm goes back as far as possible, but you're turning your shoulders to bring it forward. Hold. Now lift, circle that arm up to the ceiling and bring it forward. Good. Drop it down. Circle it back. You're going to do 3 circles. Reach. Balance and forward. And last one, reach. Bring the arm up and back to center. Okay, drop your arms and stand onto the front leg. Bring it up. Do what you like with your arms. Hold your chair, hold your wall. Dropping your hips, I want you to stand really tall on that leg. Not this, up. Get the ribs up. And tap the floor. 1, 2, keep the hip from shifting upwards on the other side. And last one, up. Place your foot down and swap legs over. So the other leg goes back. Lift up the knee. I'm just changing position so you can see. Bring your arms forward. Good. So this is the side that you have to work on to keep absolutely stable. Breathe in. Open. Just to shoulder level. Breathe out forward. 4 of these. Inhale 2/3 of the way. And back. Inhale 3/4 of the way. Try and keep your eyes on your fingertips. This really challenges your balance. And forward. Inhale the whole way. Now I can feel it's getting much harder as I open this side. And now hold that position, and you don't have to watch your hand, but you can if you want to. bring your arm up and over. Let's do 3 of those. So breathing in. Try and let your head follow your hand. If that's too challenging, just look at something ahead of you. Breathing in. And breathing out. Bring your arms down. You're going to be standing on this front leg. Bring your leg up. Adjust your position so you're not collapsing into your knee. Straighten your knee. Keep your foot working. And tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. And place your foot all the way back down again. Okay, so give the ankles a little bit of a wiggle out if you need to. Right, we're going forward into a bigger lunge this time. So, reach forward. Try and keep the back heel pressing down for this one. So you don't want to be so far away that you can't get your heel down. Alright? Now your hands are going to be pressed together like that. Now, the front knee is directly above your ankle. Right, so you don't want to be lunged too far forward with your front knee. Your back knee is totally straight. So just get that sense, first of all, of that movement. Your body is leaning slightly forward in line with your back leg. So no longer are you vertical, you're slightly leaning forward. Your tummy is drawing back towards sort of mid-spine, drawing in, holding, and your ribs are drawing down into your body. Okay, so we're holding a neutral pose, albeit at an angle. Hands are together, and you're going to bring your hands into the outside of your knee. Now I want that knee to push outwards against your hands. So just push against the hands and press the hands against the knee. And I want you to hold for a count of 5. Keep the pressure for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just release a bit. Press in, hold. Now keep that pressure. You should feel the outside shoulder working. You're going to lift the hands and rotate slightly. So now keep that squeeze. This is hard. Reach, rotate, keep the squeeze, and with control, bring your hand back. Let's do that again. Breathing in, keep pressure into your hand as you support yourself with your legs. Bring yourself back and lower the arms down. Now from this position, bend your back knee, straighten your front leg, and just lean forward over your legs into a hamstring stretch. So the back leg is bent, front leg is straight. See if you can apply a bit of pressure into your thigh, opening up that back line, and then swap sides. Another foot forward, out into your lunge, but I'll do it this way around. Back foot pressing down, knee bent. Arms forward. Place the back of your hand into your knee. So the knee's pressing that way, and make sure your foot doesn't start to rock. So you're still trying to see that the big toe side of the foot presses down, but the knees are pressing outwards. So you've got a bit of torsion going on. Your back is flat, you're looking forward, you're not collapsing, and press out with that leg and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the pressure a little bit. Now if you're feeling very strong, you could actually slide your fingers down a little bit lower. You're still trying to keep that chest lifted, and press out. And as you breathe in, I want you to open the shoulder, and I want you to try and look up. And keep the back leg working, and back to center. Do 3 of these, really strong leg workout. Work into your inner thighs. Think of them pressing towards the center. And down. Last one. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your arm back. And just bring your feet back together. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out. Bring your feet feet out into a plie position. Deep plie. This is, well, we sometimes call this a sumo position. So the toes are pointing outwards slightly more. And we're going to work, as we did yesterday, on some thigh rotation. So I want you, as you just take a little preparatory knee bend, to put your hands, so you're making a sort of shape like that with your hands. Just put them on your thighs, and as you squat, visualize that the skin from the inside of your legs is migrating up and around to the top of your legs. So there's a rotation in the thigh bone. And the skin from the back of your legs is drawing further forward. Hold that position and imagine your knees now, once again, tracking over the middle of the toes. You're going to be upright. You want to feel that here, the pelvic floor muscles are widening slightly, and the sit bones are slightly widening, so you're not tucking your tail underneath you. You're actually allowing your sit bones to widen. And then press up. Okay, so for those of you who have hip issues or pelvic issues, don't make this too big. You know, control is important. So once again, we're going to increase this range of movement, so just be wary. So we're rotating the thigh bones in the hip sockets and we're coming down into that squat. Just keep the position. Open. Press into your feet. Come up. Okay, I'm going to do it sideways on so you can see. So as you go down, your back is staying in the same position. You're rolling your femurs in that direction. Hold. You're never going to come down much lower than that. Press into the feet and come up. Okay, we're going to add to that. So I'm going to do it from this side to show you, first of all, you're coming down. Okay, now imagine this is in alignment. Tailbone to the crown of the head. I say imagine because I don't actually know, but I think it should be. You're going to draw in your ribs, draw in your tummy, and keeping that shape exactly the same and your legs in the same position, you're going to pivot off your hips and tip forward. And pivot off the hips, tip back, and straighten your legs. It's a very small movement. Okay? So once again, into your little squat. Draw in your ribs, keep the tailbone and the head in line, and pivot forward. Think of your chest staying lifted, your knees reaching up. Pivot back up, and straighten the legs. Okay, so you're not coming down nearly as far as you can, but you just want to be in a position you can hold. It's very, very strong for the hips. Let's do that once again. A pivot forward, keep the head in line with the shoulders. Pivot so your back stays flat. Back, hold, and lift up. Right, now let's see if you can go a little bit lower, and I want you to hold that position and see if you can do 3 pivots before you straighten your legs. So it's down. Now just see if you can hold that position. Pivot forward. Pivot up. Can you drop a little lower? Doing the same thing. Pivot off the hip bones. And pivot back. And do one more. Try not to lean forward when you're upright. So you're leaning forward now. And let the head go. Pivot back. Find your upright position. And straighten your legs. Walk your feet back in towards each other. Bring yourself onto the end of your mat. Just let everything release. We're going to come down now onto our hands and knees, so you may need to adjust a bit. Okay, so just adjust your screens. I'm just going to adjust my screen slightly. Okay, so a normal roll down. Take a nod forward with your chin. Roll your spine down. Now, I'm not telling you exactly where you're going to have to put your knees, but I'd like you to put your hips further forward than you normally would. Bend your knees and walk your hands forward. Now we're going to grade this exercise. First of all, just walk your hands forward, forward. Your knees are bent, by the way. Forward, forward. Hold your weight, and with your toes tucked underneath you, slowly lower your knees down. Okay, so the knees are just touching the floor, and you should be, in a cat position, but your body weight slightly further forward. So those of you who have wrist issues, you can use your blocks, or you can roll your mat up and put your hands on. Okay, so I've got my hands just slightly forward of normal, my toes tucked underneath me. On an exhale, I'd like you to curl into a cat position. So you're curling up. Let your weight stay forward over your wrists. And then with your weight over your wrists, uncurl through your tail and let your back arch. Okay, so 2 more. Breathe up, curl, keep the weight forward over the wrist. Keep pushing the floor away from you. Let your head relax. Reach out through the sit bones. Allow the back to hollow. Lift the chest. 1 more. Curling up. Okay, hold that position. Lift your knees off the ground and lift yourself right up into what we call the downward dog, or what we're going to do now is an exercise called up stretch. So I want you to lift up first of all. If you can drop your heels towards the floor, just add that. Now lift up onto your toes, and I want you to drop your head around your shoulders. Bring your weight forward over your wrists. Send your sit bones out and your heels back. Now lift your chest, and you're coming into a plank position. Slowly bring your hips in line with your shoulders. Drop your head round your shoulders, scoop up into that downward dog position, and drop your heels down. Okay, so if you wanted to take that as an example, we're going to do 3 more. So round up, lift your heels, round your back. Think of your head looking towards your feet. Once you're over your wrists, start to uncurl through the head, then the chest, then the middle back, then the lower back. Now squeeze your glutes and just bring the hips in line. Try not to let them flop down or lift up. Hold that position. You're going to round your back, drop your head, drop through your shoulders, push back, lift up into your sit bones, push your heels down. Last one. So up onto the toes, round your back, bring yourself forward. Your head's looking at your shins. Then lift your head, roll out so your back's flat again. Hold that position and very slowly bring your knees back down onto the floor. Don't bring your back down yet. Rock backwards with a flat back. Just rock. Release out your wrists. Rock forward. Rock back. Keep your eyes forward. Rock forward. 2 more. Rock back. See if you can rock back, letting your sit bones come up a little bit further. If you've got knee issues, obviously you're not going to go very far, but just keeping that length out through your lower back. Last one. Bring yourself forward. And bring yourself back. Hold that position, just go backwards and release out your wrists. 3 little circles in each direction. Release them out. Good. Pop your hands back onto the mat. Walk your hands back into a normal cat position. Okay. Right, I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to pop one hand, and we've all done this, put one hand on the breastbone, push into the other arm, and you're going to rotate. Okay? So, the important thing is that the opposite shoulder isn't lifting up towards your and that you're actually pushing the floor away and you're rotating through your rib cage. It's a pretty difficult movement with both knees on the ground. So put your hand on your breastbone, press the floor away, and on an inhale, just rotate. Inhale. Let's bring that back to center. Move your hand out further to the side if you wish. Push up, rotate. Now, pull this shoulder down and see if you can reach up with the arm. Open the back line. You're going to thread the needle now. You're going to bend the elbow, thread it through. Try not to collapse onto your elbow and rotate around your axis. Breathe in now. Breathe out, see if you can thread a little bit further. Bring your hand back onto your breastbone and do that once again. So breathing in, reach, breathing out, thread, rotating your spine around your axis. Breathe in there, breathe out, reach further. Bring your arm back and place your hand back down. Other side. So pressing down into the hand to support you. Put your hand on your breastbone. Breathe in as you rotate. Breathe out as you come back. Engage your tummy. Inhale. Think of reaching the arm up now. Push with the outside hand. Bend the elbow, dive through. As you rotate, stop. Breathe in. Breathe out, reach further. And bring yourself back. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, rotate. Hold, breathe in. Breathe out, reach further. Bring yourself back. And bring your arm back. Right, pop your foot closest to the screen forward. I know there are a few of you who are going to be struggling with your knees at this point. We only got one more exercise and this is going to be a big stretch, so it might be, if you've got knee problems, a little bit much for the back knee. However, for everybody else, just put your hands on your thighs. And we're going to go for a lunge again, and this time the knee reaches forward as much as you wish. And you're opening out the back thigh. Good, so come forward, 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 forward. Really lunging that bent knee forward. And then bring it back. Okay? So once again, just take the knee forward. Now I'd like your body to be upright. So you're trying to be not leaning forward yourself. Stop when you need to. Bring your arms up. Bring them up to the ceiling. Now really engage your glute at the back, that bottom muscle. Keep reaching up and lift your chest towards the ceiling. Bring your arm forward, arms up, and do that once again. So breathe in as you lift. Push your hips a little bit further forward and open your chest a little bit more. Open that thigh and forward. This is one of the really important exercises to do if you've been doing a lot of sitting. So reach up, we're stretching our quads, our psoas muscle, we're breathing in. And now we're going to bring the arms forward towards the mat, and we're going to straighten that front leg, and we're going to keep the chest lifted, and we're going forward into a nice long hamstring stretch. And then we're swapping legs over. So, foot forward, other leg back, body upright. We're going straight into taking the arms forward, into that lunge, engage your glute at the back, reach your arms up, breathe in. You want to only go a little way to start with, just, find your way, don't force it initially. Bring your arm forward. And once again, breathe in. Maybe you can bring that hip a little further forward. Now now, add a little bit more tension into your glutes, your bum muscles. Lift up, reach up and back, and bring your arms forward. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower your arms to the mat, straighten your front leg, lean your body weight forward over your leg, the chest is lifted. Hold that for a breath. Breathe out. And then change position and bring yourself onto your mat. Okay, so we have toys that you could use. This would be if you needed to pad out your lower back. That would be if you need some support when you're doing a roll up or roll down. So you use them if you need to. Okay, so have them handy if you need to. But initially, what I'd like you to do is just sit, take a hold of the backs of your legs, supporting your femurs in your arms. Sit up, pull yourself right up into your full height. And then allowing, and I really mean it, allow your back to bend. There's no forcing it. You want to be soft. You want to be gentle. You want to allow the back to just bend into a curve. See what it does. And then engage your middle tummy, draw it in, and rock yourself forward, and restack your spine. And again, breathing out, just rock back. Holding the legs tightly with the arms. Scoop the tummy. Sit on your sitting bones. Bring yourself forward. Breathing out, roll back. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, pull the tummy in, press into the sit bones. Inhale and lift. And again, breathing out, roll back. Hold. Breathe in, bring the arms forward. Breathe out, roll the spine down, 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 down to the floor. Bring your feet in a little bit closer. And just lift your arms to the ceiling. Okay? So keep the arms reached up to the ceiling. Walk your feet towards one another. So the sides of my feet are actually touching. Push the backs of your shoulder blades down. Engage your tummy. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull the tummy muscles down. Fold up one leg. Breathe out. Lower it back down again. Toe ball heel. So imagine this area of your tummy. It's not going to pop up, it's going to draw downwards. Go back to your principles in Pilates. You are working your deepest abdominal muscles without shifting any weight. Fold up one leg. Breathe out. Feel the corset around your waist tighten and lower it back down. Good. Now lower the first leg, then the second leg. Bring your legs together. Hold the legs where they are. They're going to stay here. You're going to reach your arms back. Breathe in. Pull your ribs down. Breathe out. Once again. Breathe in. We're preparing to curl forward, guys. So you really want to get the ribs working. And then pull the ribs down into your body. Really drag them down. We're going to breathe in, and then on the next one, you're going to curl your head and shoulders forward. So you've got the option of putting your hands behind your head or one hand behind your head. Breathe out, curl forward. Nice deep curl. Hold that position. Reach forward or put one hand behind your head. Glide your legs out to 45 degrees. Breathing in. And out. And in. And out, and in, out, in, and roll your spine down and bring your head down. Okay, for those of you who don't want to curl forward, take your red ball, just place it behind the back of your neck for the next set of 50 hundreds with the legs straight. So from here, I want you to stretch your legs out. Now this is 45 degrees, hopefully. Heels together, toes apart. Squeeze the heels together. Bring the arms up. Now your ribs aren't popping up this time. Curl forward as far as you can. Squeeze your heels. If you want to take your legs a little lower, do. And breathing in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Bend your knees. Keep yourself curled up. Bring your knees in. Roll your spine down. Bring your arms up over your head. Take them out to the side so the arms are reaching out wide. Compress your palms down all the backs of your hands. And now rock your knees towards the screen, pushing the top knee a little bit further towards the screen and turn your head away from you. And then rock your knees back to center. So remember the top knee and the bottom knee are level. One's not sliding back as you rock it to the other side. Your hip's going to come off the floor. Your shoulder isn't. Just rotate. And to the opposite side, just reaching over. Push the knee away from you. Back to center. Just working on the waist rotating. Back to center. Bring your knees in. Lift your hands, link them together. And you're going to place them behind the back of your head. Okay, so once again, word of caution, if you've got neck issues, keep your head either lifted right up like this, or keep your head down on whatever you choose to put it on. So draw your shoulders down. Imagine shrugging your shoulders down. You're going to come up. And we're going to do single leg stretch with the head supported. Pull the knee closest to the screen in towards you. Reach your other leg away. Reach it out and swap for 6 more. One breath in for the leg coming in, one breath out for the leg shooting out. So a breath per leg. Last one. Bring your knees in, roll your spine down. Don't drop your legs to the floor just yet. Keep your feet lifted. Glide your legs out a little bit. Curl forward. Now your hands are behind your head initially. For those of you who want to keep them there, please keep them there. Otherwise, I want you to let go. Reach out to your knees. So you've got your knees and your elbows are slightly bent. Then straighten your knees until your elbows straighten, curl forward. Then straighten your legs back to that teaser hundreds position. Keep reaching up with your fingertips. Then lift your arms to the ceiling. Then take your arms into a T shape. Then circle them around. Slide them up as if you're trying to touch your ankles. Hold. Bend your knees and roll all the way down. Okay, so you can do all that with your elbows bent and your hands behind your head. Okay, once again, glide the legs out. We're doing 5 of these, by the way. Curl forward, reach up, out, circle, up, bend, and roll down. That's number 2. Curl forward, glide the legs out. Reach the legs further. If you can bring them lower, do. Reach your arms up, keep the position. Circle the arms. Reach the arms over towards the ankles. Bend your knees. Roll your spine down. 3. And again. Curl. Reach. Lift. Circle. Bring your shoulder blades off the ground. Bend and roll down. 4. Last one. Glide the legs out. Curl forward, reach, lift, circle even higher off the ground if you can. That's the last bit. Dig deep. Bend your knees. Roll down. Place your feet wide onto the mat. Take your arms back out into that T shape. Roll your knees towards the screen. Turn your head away from the screen. Push into the outside foot and lift your hips. Breathe in and breathe out, roll back. Turn your head to the other side. Your knees roll to the other side. Push out against the knee and roll back. 2 more. Out to the side. Reach and back. Last one. Reach and roll back. Okay. Bring your arms down to your sides. Let's do a bridge. Feet are hips widths apart. Arms down by your sides. Curl your tailbone underneath you. Push your knees forward, roll your hips all the way up. Breathe in, reach your arms back. And as you exhale, roll your spine down. And as you inhale, bring your arms back. So we're adding a little bit of speed. We're not too slow. We're just giving 3 bridges to get the spinal mobility going. Don't worry about how you do it. Just focus on whether you can unlock any tension in your back by doing this. Just move. So curl up. Reach back. Roll down. Bring your arms down. Right. Now, adding a little bit. You're going to roll up. You're going to pop your hands on the ribs. Where they want to pop up, you want to press them into your body. Now press them down and squeeze your hips up higher. Higher, 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 higher. Don't let your knees roll out. Keep your knees parallel. Pull them towards each other. Stop those ribs from coming with you. Hold that position. Now don't let the ribs drop and lift up any further. Bring your arms to your sides. Allow one hip to drop down. So you're keeping one hip lifted. Mine is furthest from the screen that's lifted. The other side is tilting. And then press to bring it back up again. Make sure the ribs don't come with you. Alternate. Other side down. Press to bring it back up. Let's just do 2 more. So you're dropping one hip, keeping the other hip lifted high. Bring it back up. Other side, lift, lift, lift. Allow the other side to drop. Bring it back up to the central position. Roll your spine down. Lengthen out through your tail. Roll or lift back up again. Okay, so remember you're dropping your ribs here, lifting your hips up. Press your arms down. Now lift both heels up off the floor. And with your heels come your hips. Lift them up high. Make sure your ribs have dropped. Keep your hips where they are and push your heels back onto the floor. Do not let your hips drop. Now drop your hips 2 inches down. Once again, lift your heels and push your hips up. You're on the balls of your feet. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the hips where they are. Push the heels back into the floor and drop down 2 inches. And last one. Lift up your heels, both heels, and lift your hips higher, 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 higher. Hold the hips where they are. Push your heels all the way down into the floor. And now roll slowly down into the mat. Okay, we're going to do our favourite glute stretch now, whatever that might be. So I'm going to do the one where I put my ankle just above my knee. So if I do it facing front, ankle above the knee, hands go in between my legs and hold the other thigh. So the ankle closest to the screen is coming above my knee. I'm diving my hands through. I'm going to keep my head down. You might be getting a stretch anywhere here. It could be in your hip, in your ankle, in your shin, in your glute. So just draw that knee in towards you. And that's the supporting knee. The other knee is reaching out. Then in this position, I want you to take both knees slightly away from the screen. So you're kind of rolling slightly onto the buttock. And hold that stretch for a few breaths. 2, 3, try and let your knee reach out a little bit further. 4, 5, and bring your leg back and lower your foot back down again. Other side. So ankle just above the knee. Hands go through. You bring your foot in towards you. You're allowing that knee to push out and stretch. And then you're rolling slightly, and I'm rolling towards the screen. Trying to keep this knee pushed out and holding for 5 breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the leg back. Put your foot down. Stretch your legs out. Squeeze them together. Lift your arms up. Once again, go for a long, 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 long inhale. We're coming to roll up now, guys. So if you want to put something onto your lower back, do. And we're going to do 4 rolls up. So from here, bring your arms to the ceiling. Nod your head and shoulders forward. Drag your lower back into the floor. Reach with your fingertips and roll forward. Now, pull in your tummy and spine stretch over your legs. So roll up with a spine stretch. Draw your shoulders back. Roll your spine down. Your feet are in a soft point. Your backs of your legs are pressing onto the floor. 4 more. 3 more, I think, actually. Let's just do 3. Over. Pull in middle tummy into that spine stretch. Draw the tummy back and roll the spine down. So you might notice there's no restacking of the spine in this one. We're keeping the curve in the spine that we're establishing when we roll up. We're lifting up and over our thighs. Drawing our shoulders down, trying to increase that opening in our ribs and our vertebrae. Roll the spine down. Reach the arms back. Last one. Roll forward and stay forward. Scoop up through the tummy. Bring yourselves back up into upright. Restack this time. Bring your feet back into parallel position. You're going to roll like a ball. So for those of you who want to miss it out, just miss this one out. Reach through your toes. Reach with your fingertips towards your ankles. Squeeze your shoulders down. Curl your tailbone under you. And 5 rolls. 1. Head never hits the floor. 2. 3. I'm doing in my time. You do them in your time. Feel as if you're trying to use your tummy to curl your tailbone underneath you. Stop in your balancing position. Okay, this is where I hope you haven't got too many things behind you and you're not going to get stuck underneath your cupboard. Hold towards your ankles and lift your legs up. Hold. Put in your tummy and bend your knees. Okay? So you can hold anywhere. You can hold behind your knees. You can hold, if you're really flexible, you can hold towards your feet. But I'm holding my shins. And I'm reaching up. I'm pushing my legs against my hands, pulling my shoulders down, and then bending my knees. Okay, we are going into open leg rocker, a really strong exercise. So, reach out, rock back, rock forward, look up, lift your chest, lift your breastbone. See if you can do that again. Curl back, roll back. Roll forward, lift up. See if you can lift the legs a little bit further. Last one. Roll back, roll forward, reach up, Hold, slowly bring your legs down. Roll your spine down. Hug your knees in towards you. Squeeze those legs in towards you. Rock them side to side. And when you're ready, roll yourselves over onto your fronts. Spin over. Start off. Your arms are going to be behind you. Your head is turned, it's on the mat, it's turned to look towards the screen, the arms are just resting. You're going to push your hands away from you, lift your head and neck up. Now press into the backs of the hands so your shoulders stay down. Lift up and turn your head back to the center and then to the other side and then drop your head down. So we're lifting up, looking to one side, looking to the center, looking to the other side. Really getting a sense of not pushing our chins forward, the chin's sort of slightly tucked, but turning our necks, getting a good neck rotation, and down. So we lift up, our eyes are looking down at the mat, to the other side of the mat, to the other side of the room, turn the head and neck, release your head down. Good, let's do one more. Lift up, turn to look at the mat, turn to look at the other side of the room, and lower your head all the way down. Bring your hands forward. So we're in a position where the elbows are more or less in line with our shoulders, not too far back or too far forward. And this time we're going to lift the head and the neck. And we're going to start to push and straighten the elbow closest to the screen. Up, and you're going to feel your ribs lifting. And you're rolling slightly onto one side. And then roll yourself back down. And as you roll down, turn your head to the other side. Push your shoulders down and straighten that arm as you lift that side. So you're in a sort of swan, but a slightly twisted swan. Rotate around your axis. And roll back down. Add to that, straighten one arm, come up. Look to center, look to the other hand, straighten that hand, come up, all the way. Look to the opposite arm and drop your first elbow, your second elbow. And now first elbow straightens, up. Second elbow straightens up, first elbow drops, second elbow drops. Right, look at the second elbow. Lift up, drop down. Swap the eyes every time. Down. Last one. Up, down, center, drop your head down, wiggle out your hips a little bit, reach your legs away from you and closer together, slide your arms forward a little bit more, press your legs into the floor everybody, and lift up just onto your forearms with your legs pressing away. Okay, so the legs are together. We're going to do breaststroke on the floor. So come up, lift your elbows a little bit. Squeeze them into your sides. So squeeze your elbows into your sides and see if you can come up a little bit higher. Right, now you're going to dive your arms forward and drop down a couple of inches. Squeeze your arms back in a circle and open your legs. Lift up. Squeeze your elbows into your sides. As you dive forward, squeeze your legs together. As you bring your arms back, open the legs. As you squeeze the elbows in, hold. Inhale, open. Exhale, shoot forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, shoot forward. Last two. Inhale, open. Exhale, shoot forward. Last one, up. Now just bend your elbows, bring your legs together, bring your body down, and immediately push back into your shoulder position, round your back. Wiggle your hips out from side to side. Pop your head onto your hands. Take a breath in and curl your tailbone underneath you. As you breathe out, let your back just drop down into the hollow between your legs. Once again, breathe in and breathe out. Last one, inhale, exhale. Right, roll yourselves up onto your knees. This is the last exercise. I've got a minute. Bring your knees to face forward. Bring your hips up. If you can't do this kneeling, please stand up on your feet. You can do it just as well with your arms standing. Okay, so reach up with one arm. Reach down with the other arm and just sway your body over into a side bend and back to center. Other side. Breathe in, breathe out, reach. Okay, so if you're standing, you'll just be doing this, lifting one arm to the ceiling and over. Okay, last one. Wave. So you're adding, we really are side bending here, but we're trying to keep a little bit of a lift underneath this armpit as well. Right, so we are going to add, and this you can't do if you're standing, we're going to add a leg going out to the side. So that leg goes out to the side. This arm is going down, and as you side bend, straighten your leg. Reach up, the long leg straightens. Keep your lift over the hip. Push out into the side of your foot and lift up underneath the inside of your leg. Reach. Bring yourself back. Bend the knee back in. Take the back of your hand down the inside of your leg and push it backwards. Reach for your ankle bone and stretch over in the other direction. So you're not only stretching the inner thigh, but you're opening your shoulder. Now pivot slightly. Just lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your chest. Back to side bend. Bring yourself back. Other side, take your leg out. We're going the wrong way. This is the way. Over. Good. And back. Sorry about that, guys. This leg needs to be bent. Push into the inner thigh. Reach for the ankle. Stretch over. We just do that properly again so that at least I get that right. So reach your leg out. Stretch it out. Push into the inside foot. Pull your toes towards you. Try not to let the hip go with you. Back. Open. Reach. Push to open. Bring yourself back. Bring your knees down. Tuck your toes underneath you and roll up to standing. Roll your shoulders back, down. And then with no tension, so you're not actually doing anything, you're allowing gravity to take its course, you just drop down into a roll down. Imagine your arms are super, super heavy and that they're pulling the shoulder blades apart, and just hang. Take a breath in, and then as you gently breathe out, roll up. And allow your shoulders to drop.